Hi and welcome back, guys. Hope you all are having a great day out there. We are back in the middle of nowhere talking all things Ripple and XRP. I got a fun one for you here today, guys, because we're going to show you the chart, talk to you about what's going on with price action. An article just actually surfaced on this, some things that are being said and done that just came in here today. I want to put out on your radar real quickly. And also 3 to 4 digit XRP. I want to talk to you about this conversation as we had a little bit of fun last night and put out a poll. 3 to 4 digit XRP. Do you think we hit it with global adoption? I want to talk to you about my opinion on this and one thing I believe is highly overlooked. All I ever ask, guys, if you do like talking about Ripple and XRP, drop an X in the comment section. Smash that like button. Let's put some positive vibes out here on this Monday and crack 1,000 likes and share this content far and wide. Let others around the world know what is truly happening in this digital revolution. Now, I want to show you this chart real quickly that came out from an article that just surfaced. Article titled, XRP Price Hits Crucial Test for Bulls. Stating for XRP to continue its upward trend, a decisive break and close above $2.25, which is the daily SMA 50, is crucial. This might lead to a retest of stronger resistance at $2.60 and then eventually $3. Then we get some momentum with better sentiment. People start coming in with a more risk-on appetite as a lot of retail have left the building, right? They want to see continued momentum. Unfortunately, not gobbling up like a lot of us have in these very bearish times. A lot of new investors are going to start coming back, and that's when you'll start to see the market roar. You'll see XRP pop out of nowhere. If you've been a long-term investor in XRP, you've seen it. We'll go on long stretches like we did for a long time at 50 cents, and then bam, pop out of nowhere and do like a 4 to 5x like we just did in November. So it's been stagnant. It is investing, unlike the stock market though, where they consider S&P 500 a double up, I believe, every 5 to 7 years as good investing and a good way to accumulate wealth. And nothing against going into the S&P 500, but crypto gets you there a whole lot faster. That is without a doubt in terms of making gains. Now, Eleanor Tarrant put out here today, and also I know a lot in the community have been asking, hey, what's going on with Paul Atkins? He hasn't taken a seat at the SEC yet, though there are a few procedural steps before he can officially start, including President Trump signing off on his appointment and the formal swearing in. This could happen, she states, over the next few days. So of course, once that comes out, I'll break it to you in real time, but would love to see that finally get finalized and start moving forward with a pro crypto SEC chairman. Doesn't that just sound beautiful? Now, of course, I'm sure many of you heard here today, Donald Trump talking to El Salvador pro-Bitcoin president. Look, more eyes on the space. That's the way I look at it. They want to continually pump Bitcoin. Let them. They want to continually make it the biggest distractor and allow us to gobble up more XRP, and they put all the eyes on Bitcoin for now. Let them, because eventually, and we're going to get into this at the end, there will be a global adoption for XRP. It's already there, essentially, infrastructure, and we just had some news recently that solidified even further. But the use cases and utility that XRP has by code that Bitcoin just does not have makes it a reality of the new financial system, for the new financial system. It's not a want, it is a need. XRP is needed. Bitcoin really is not. Again, nothing against Bitcoin, but that is the way I foresee it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. But also today we have breaking: Japanese financial service company SBI Holdings confirms Ripple latest acquisition, highlights its impact on XRP and RLUSD. Good to see them giving that some recognition. And also, Ripple's managing director for UK and Europe here today has confirmed the euro-backed stablecoin on the XRP ledger. There's about a 3 to 4 minute clip on this. I'm not going to play it in this one because, as you guys know, I like to keep these videos short and tight, try to get as much information in a short video as possible, but I probably will put it out on a short video on Shorts here later tonight, so you guys can check that out if you haven't already. Also, just in a little bit ago, the EU trade chief and US officials meet to negotiate a new deal. And so again, a lot of smoke and mirrors out there, but things are getting done. Now recently, guys, Gronk confirmed that the XRP and I'm sure many of you have heard at this point, if the XRPL captures 10% of Hidden Road's volume, the new company that we just acquired that's doing billions and billions of volume, over 3 trillion a year annually, right? The price of XRP will hit $28.55. And it talks about a little bit about the math. I'll show here on the screen what it shows. You can stop the video, screenshot if you'd like, and take a look at this. But one thing they write here, which I totally agree with, Gronk on, is applying sentiment-driven multiplier to the account for speculation demand. There's one thing that I continuously talk about, and that is Wall Street money that has trillions on the sidelines. What they love to do, they love to speculate. They've been speculating on the stock market from the beginning of time. And so when all eyes come into this space, specifically Wall Street money, the 3 to 4 digit thing, right? We're going to have utility. We're going to have use cases go live with banks all over the world. That's without a doubt. You can take a look at all the documents out there, all the proof we have with them working with the Bank of International Settlements, IMF, central banks. It's all out there. It's all guaranteed. We've talked about it many times in videos, but it's not just the utility, right? There will be banks buying up XRP, but that speculation, we've always had speculation, right? And it's gotten us to where we are right now, the 4th biggest digital asset in the world. But one thing a lot of people forget is there's always going to be speculation. So there's always going to be more of that value buying up XRP, right? Utilizing it as a store of value for the big money, the big investors that are sitting on the sidelines ready to come in. And so as they see banks around the world utilizing XRP, you may say to yourself, well, XRP transactions, it's just a small burn and won't affect the supply very much. Well, we've got trillions coming to the chain. Of course, that's going to make a big difference, demand coming on the chain and supply reducing. But not only that, what these investors look at and see in Wall Street and other big money management firms saying, this is a no-brainer. No one is positioned right now in the world like XRP is to be a part of the big money coming in. That is without a doubt, right? There's a lot of great technology out there, but there is no digital asset. The Bitcoin gig, I believe, is eventually going to be up. Not saying it goes to zero, but XRP will be in front and center in the limelight, I do believe, mainly by these big money managers and Wall Street money that know from a fundamental standpoint that XRP is a very, very solid cryptocurrency to invest in. These are my thoughts, my opinions. I 100% see a 3 to 4 digit XRP in time. And so guys, these are my opinions. I know some out there will say that we're over speculating and believing in a 3 to 4 digit XRP. To them, I say, hey, this is a math-based cryptocurrency, finite supply. We have enormous amount of demand coming, and there is no digital asset. There is no token closer to the new financial system ready to be implemented than XRP. These are my opinions, my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comment section, guys. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you all in the next one.